So first, since this side where she has edges, say this is a client, she has edges, you can use just a little bit to start it off. Alright, I like to start it off with the hair. Start it off real small so you can't see the knots. That way the braids won't frizz up in the front. I'm gonna start it off small and then work my way up. You don't have to be too crazy in size, just go bigger.
So how many pieces are you doing?
If I'm doing a straight back, going back like this, I would do 9. But if the client wants their braids a little longer, I normally do like 12. Like if they want it like down their back, their butt, 12. But normally for a standard feeding braid, I just use not 9, it's 10. So each column you decrease in size, but and it also depends on how thick they want their braids too.
For a standard 6.
Huh?
A standard 6.
Which one's that?
6 braids.
Yeah. You do 10 columns, 10 rows. You see right here, I'm making it bigger in size. And if their hair is like thin, like right here, which is on this little mannequin is thin, try to make it bigger, like right here. Wherever the client is bald, just make it a little bit bigger so they won't look bald. And just keep going up in size. And as you get to the end, the last 3, I usually make them a little thinner because as you braid back, the braid will get thicker. So I just make it not noticeably thin, but just a little thinner than the other 7. So since you have the mannequin with the thick hair, she won't need as much hair as this person will need. So I still started off small in the front. So past the 4th one, that's when they get bigger, but since her hair is thicker, she won't need as much hair. And on the ends, just make them the same size as this, since her hair is thicker. So the way I do mine, you can start it off as a regular braid, like as if you're doing a regular extension. Just use a little bit of gel. Put it in the wrong thing. Especially clients with short hair, it slicks it down to make it easy to braid. And once you put the gel on there, just slick it down or slick it in place. Comb it. And I like to use this comb right here.
What comb's like this? How about one?
And I like to rub it throughout the hair, so when say if the client is natural, you just rub the gel throughout so once you braid it back, it'll stay in place and won't be freezing. So now I will take like a little section and part it off. You don't have to be too thick. So that's how you're gonna start off your feet in. So now we're gonna take the first strand and we're gonna split it into 3 sections. 3 strands. So now we're gonna split this part up into 3. The hair. And we're just gonna connect those 3 strands and just braid it on up. You can do about 2 stitches and then start adding. You're gonna take your pinky and hold this side and then just add it in there. And do about 2 more stitches. And then you're gonna take the little piece. Wait. You gotta take the other piece and add it in. Right here. You gotta add that in. And then just feed it in there. 2 stitches and then you add again. Same thing, hold it with the pinky, add it in there, braid it up, and then add the other stitch. Add it in right there.
Add it in there?
Yeah. And 1, 2. And add it in. Hold this out with your pinky, and add it in there. There you go. Now add it in. Now to make your braid firmer and tighter, just keep your fingers close. You see how her hair's sticking out? Normally, if the client is natural, I take some wax and slick it down. Or if they're not natural, I use the shining jam, and then I just braid it on down.
Yeah.
It's good for the first time. Just have to keep it tight up in here. Like just keep your fingers when you braid, just keep them close, and that way your stitches will be tighter.
So y'all, I had to hop onto the voiceover because I had the fan on and didn't realize that I had it on until I was recording. So like, yeah, I'm finna just do the voiceover right now because I know the sound is aggravating. But this is the second attempt she's doing on the large feed-in braid. And you all will see her progress. Like, she learns very fast. So this is her doing the feed-in braid without me. I'm guiding her through the process. So once you grip with the first strand, you do 2 strands and then you add. So it's 1, 2, then add the second strand. You're gonna braid 2 more times, and then you're gonna add a strand. 1, and 2. One, and 2. And then she's going to repeat that process. It did not take her long. Once I was guiding her through the process of feeding in the hair, she pretty much had it down. And I gave her some tips in the first part of the video where I said keep your fingers close together to get a tighter braid. And y'all look at the progress. And y'all, shout out to my cousin. She was the one that recommended me to record this process. So, yeah. I'm just going to continue to braid all the way down. In this braid, I'm going to show her how to make the braids longer, because there are some clients who prefer like long braids to their butt. So I'm going to show her here to how to add it in. You're going to braid all the way past the end of the braid, and then you're just going to add in the hair. And basically I was doing this demonstration on a mannequin with thinner hair and a mannequin with thick hair. So y'all, don't judge the mannequin with the thinner hair, because this mannequin, well, this was actually my mom's mannequin when she was in beauty school. So y'all, don't judge it. I cut the hair, glued in some tracks, couldn't get the glue out. So yeah, don't judge me.
So for a medium feed-in braid, I'm gonna use all 10 of these. I'm just gonna make the hair, we'll put less hair through. So I kept the first 2 from the first feed-in braid, and I'm just gonna increase in size just a little bit, but not a lot. And once I get past the 5th one, I'm just gonna leave them the same size. So you want to try to do yours? Put one thing. You can keep the first 2 on there, but they always gonna be the same size. You took half from this one? This one has thick.
I didn't take it from that one.
Try to go by this little side right here. When you put them on there, make sure they're even, because your room will be uneven. That's fine, because it's just our hair slicker. Some stitches in your hand. One, two, yeah, stitches. Two more stitches after that in your hand. One, two, one, two, good head. One, two, head. Two more stitches after that. Good one more hand. One, two. Two more stitches after that. One,
So on this part of the video, we're going to learn how to do a small braid, aka tribal braid. You will only need like 5, well, it depends on the length that the client wants. So if the client just want like regular length feed-ins, tribals, you could just use like 5 strands. And I use the Queen Bee 50-inch hair, which is like the perfect length for those who don't want it to be too long or too short. So I use the 50-inch. Now if the client wants the they braids a little longer, I try to use no more than 6 strands. So for the tribal braid, it's a little different from the medium and the large feed-in braid. So I will split up the first strand into 3 strands. And so I will braid it on the hair like a regular braid. But since the strand is so small, you won't tell that it's hair added at the root of the braid, because the purpose of these braids are for them to look natural as possible. So if you add a little strand, you won't tell it's hair been added. So instead of 2 stitches, you would add every stitch that you braid. Y'all, I braid funny, but long as you understand the concept of how to braid, you will understand it. You will understand how to braid. You don't necessarily have to use my technique of the way I know how to braid. So every strand you add in hair. It's going to start off small, and then eventually towards the ends it's going to get thicker. And depending on how thick that person wants their tribal braids, try to do no more than 6 strands, and just make each strand a little thicker than what you see on this video. And even if you have to practice on a mannequin head before your client comes to see how much hair that, you know, the person might need, you know, just test it out. I'm doing this on the mannequin with the thin hair. And she's also going to do it on this mannequin as well. Because these braids are perfect for those people who have like thinner edges or thinner sides. So if you know how to do the tribals on the thin hair, you'll pretty much know the concept of doing it on thicker hair. So we're just gonna braid that down. Now she's gonna do it. And y'all, by this time she had it down pat. Like one braid, she was mastering the concept. It's a little different from the bigger feed ends, but she had it down pat. Every strand that you braid, you add in the hair. You don't have to do 2 stitches and then add hair, you know, you just do it every strand, because it's only 5 strands that you're using. And you don't want to use too much hair, because tribals can be heavy if you use too much hair. So 5 strands, 5 to 6 strands are perfect. Like I said, I use the Queen Bee Beauty hair because it's already pre-pulled and it's already, you know, they have it in different inches. They start from 30 inches all the way up until 60. And I like to use the 50 because it's not too long and it's not too short. And you can put in a bun, and this bun would be a nice size. So yeah, 50 inches what I prefer to use. And that is also what I use in my head when I'm braiding my own hair or my sister's hair or whoever you see in the video. It's always Queen Bee Beauty hair. It's soft, it matches the texture, and it's easy to manage. It doesn't tangle, it doesn't itch. So yeah, this is Queen Bee is like the perfect hair. And it's thick, but it's not heavy. Well, I shouldn't say thick, it's full. So if you want braids and you don't want the braids to look thin, or you know, some people are self-conscious about you know, they don't want to look bald when they get braids, and Queen Bee is like the best hair to use. Y'all, she had that thing down pat. Like I was happy. And see, she has her own way of braiding. So everybody braids different. You know, she got that thing down pat, like for real, for real. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching.